This time last year, Australian manufacturers were reeling under the full force of the global financial crisis. Air Radiators was one of them. Orders had fallen 70% and the company was laying off staff. 1 year on, and orders are picking up, the company is re-employing and about to open $1 million plant in Thailand.
While we're coming off a low base, we're seeing significant growth in the early part of 2010, and I'm very confident that by the end of the year our sales will be back to more traditional levels.
Your world is as cold as ice. Your world is so nice.
Air Radiators makes engineered cooling systems for niche markets, such as highway trucks, underground mining equipment, very fast trains and power stations. The company has a strong customer base and was growing year on year about 20%. Then along came the global financial crisis.
Early 2008 saw the biggest months on record for the business, followed by a dramatic slowdown as all our key customers who operate in what are effectively capital equipment markets saw their customers suspending plans to buy new equipment as those people determined how significant the global slowdown was going to be. So between mid-2008 and mid-2009 the business saw, I guess, a peak to trough drop off in the order of 70%, and that created significant challenges for Air Radiators.
For Managing Director Derek Lipka, that meant some difficult decisions.
We saw employee numbers drop from around 200 to around 150, half through natural attrition and half through our redundancy process. It made sense to ensure that we retained as many people as possible to allow the business to be well positioned for the inevitable growth that would occur following the downturn. Yep, properly terminated. Is part number correct there? Every single individual that works in Air Radiators is an employee. They all have a story, they all have a home, a family, and the decision to allow even some of those people to go in the early part of 2009 was particularly difficult and not something that I wish to do again. Everybody within the business worked with us. In some areas we went back to a 4-day week. Others people took voluntary pay cuts. The support of everyone in the business to make those sacrifices is a testament to the character and the commitment everyone shares within this organisation. Coming into 2010, we are actively growing our employee base to meet not only the demands of the business that we developed during 2009, but also to service our key traditional customers and markets who are now beginning to see the rebound from the financial crisis.
With that rebound comes new pressures. After industrial action last month, the company has now signed a new enterprise bargaining agreement with its staff.
One needs to try and manage the needs of the employees, and one needs to try and make an estimate of when the business is going to pick up, what our customers are going to do, so that we leave the business well positioned.
Air Radiators' products are highly specialised, labour-intensive and in many cases made by hand.
Air Radiators has positioned itself in niche markets, and with those niche markets come low volumes of production. The radiator cores are a classic example. Fins are loaded by hand. The tubes for which the water then flows through are also loaded by hand.
These cooling systems dwarf the sort of radiators found in cars and are often installed in unusual locations.
Last year we provided radiators to a high-rise building in CBD of Sydney. While those sorts of installations are not that unusual, the fact that this set of radiators needed to be lifted in by helicopter made them somewhat unique.
With cooling systems on every continent, including Antarctica, Air Radiators products reach a truly global market.
We've found it necessary to outsource the simpler but high labour content components to manufacturers in Asia. The establishment of our own factory in Thailand will allow us to control the quality and production of those items to a greater level than we could through third-party suppliers.